Thank you very much. I'd just like to introduce you, please, to our Chief Executive, Clarence Cheng, Chief Executive of Port of Felixstowe and Managing Director of Huddersfield Ports Europe.
Deputy Leader of the House, Sir Simon, Lord Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, honoured guests, good morning, and on behalf of Huddersfield Ports, can I start by extending a very warm welcome to you all to the Port of Felixstowe today for the official opening of the extension to our berth 9. I have to apologise for my voice, slightly crooked, because 3 hours ago I just arrived at Heathrow Airport from Hong Kong, but luckily I think I brought sunshine along. Berth 8 and 9 were first opened in 2011 and represent an important milestone for the port. The size of the container ships we predicted ply the Asia-Europe trade, the giant ships, arrived in Felixstowe last year. We're proud to play host to maiden calls of successive biggest container ships of the world here in Felixstowe. I would like to take this opportunity to thank and congratulate all our colleagues in Felixstowe for having the foresight and handling these big ships all those years ago. The number of these mega vessels on Europe-Asia trade continues to climb, and Felixstowe remains the port of choice for them in the UK. We now have 3 weekly services at Felixstowe, utilizing ships of over 18,000 TEU capacity. That is why the berth 9 extension is important. It allows us to handle 2 of the very largest container ships simultaneously, side by side. Together with our other deepwater berths on Trinity terminals, we can handle all the services that deploy these vessels on all trades between the UK and the world. So far this year, we have had 86 ships of over 18,000 TEU calling at the port, and over 300 calls by ships of 13,000 TEU or greater. So 2/3 of all the volumes handled at Felixstowe uses ships with capacity of over 13,000 TEU. With this extension of berth 9, the introduction of our new terminal operating system, NGEN, and the development of the Port of Felixstowe Logistic Park, we are moving forward on multiple fronts. None of these investments could be made without this continuing support and trust of our customers. We are honored to have many of our customers with us today, and I thank you all for your continuing support. Together with continued improvements to our rail facilities, 2 new rail-mounted gantry cranes being commissioned this year on the North Rail Terminal, as well as improvements being made by the government in road and rails connections to the port. There is no doubt that Port of Felixstowe will continue to offer the best connectivity to all the UK ports. The combination of our location, the dependability that comes from our long experience, the backing of our shareholders, the network of lines, forwarders, rail operators and hauliers available locally, the reliability delivered by our road and rail infrastructure, the continued improvements to our productivity, and our ability to work together with our customers to find solutions demonstrate how we are determined to stay ahead of the game to remain the Port of Britain. It is our pleasure today to have the United Arab Shipping Company vessels, Al Nasri, alongside, Very fittingly, she is on her maiden voyage, so we have a brand new ship along a brand new quay today. And I would like to invite Jason Clark, UK Managing Director of UASC, and the master of the vessel, Captain Hesper, to join me on stage for a presentation to mark this maiden call. Please.
Thank you.
As you know, we had expected the Right Honourable Patrick McLaughlin, the Secretary of State for Transport, to be with us today to open the terminal. Unfortunately, it falls to me to tell you that at the last minute, he has been called away by the Prime Minister to attend the COBRA meeting this morning and has had to send his apologies. However, we are delighted that he has asked Sir Simon Burns, former Transport Minister, to deliver his speech for him, and also Dr. Therese Coffey, MP, Deputy Leader of the House, and a great supporter of Port of Felixstowe, I might say, to represent him to do the honor of cutting of the ribbon. So, 2 VIPs for the price of 1. Can't be bad. So, Sir Simon, please.
Well, Mr. Chang, Lord Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, can I begin first of all with a thank you and an apology. The thank you is to be invited here today with my parliamentary colleague Therese Coffey for what is an exciting and significant day in the continued success and development of Felixstowe Harbour. My apology is that, as you've just heard, you've got the monkey rather than the organ. I spoke to the Secretary of State for Transport earlier this morning, and he has asked me to offer to you his apologies. He was looking forward to coming here, he was expecting to come here, but as you'll appreciate, because of the problems that there are in Sharm el-Sheikh at the moment, he has got to attend this meeting with the Prime Minister of Cobra, and I also believe have an oral statement in the House of Commons later this morning. So please be kind and put up with me rather than having the Secretary of State. Because, as I said, this is yet another landmark day for the UK ports industry and for Felixstowe in particular. An industry that has continued to invest steadily and confidently through the downturn, and an industry which has played a crucial role in our economic recovery. So that today, Britain is growing faster than countries throughout the developed world. Felixstowe, the largest container port in the UK, has been a major player in this industry since the early days of age of container shipping, enabling the largest ships from the Far East to make a UK call, and now increasing that capacity with this further investment. And today, it's part of a logistics chain that is exploiting the latest technology to revolutionize the way goods get from manufacturers and suppliers to the market, and ultimately to become more efficient and more competitive. It's an industry that never sits still, nor ever sleeps, always seeking to exploit economies of scale that can save fuel and other costs for customers, increasing the potential for rail haulage inland too. Felixstowe has a strong record of increasing and investing to promote rail share, providing possibilities for environmental as well as commercial advantage, and that is as I'm sure you will accept, a real win-win situation. But even more important, the UK ports industry, through leading players like the Hutchison Ports, saw from the outset how container shipping was developing globally and responded vigorously and positively to that challenge. As some of you here today will know, my colleague, the Shipping Minister, Robert Goodwill, was here only last week. And during his visit, he opened the new ambient temperature examination facility. A great example of the sort of activity that goes unseen by most of the public, yet that is essential to our daily lives. Robert also engaged in a roundtable discussion with port businesses, listening to current concerns of the port, its customers, tenants and suppliers. Robert and the Secretary of State share a commitment to the lightest possible regulation of the industry. Why? Precisely because of the evidence that we have seen here today. Evidence that this industry can be relied upon to take the initiative, with a minimum of intervention in investment decisions and day-to-day activities, so that you can get on with the job while keeping a clear eye on the future. That was what you told us you wanted from the Port Strategic Partnership. Light touch regulation, a market-oriented sector, yet still close liaison with government on matters of mutual interest. For example, supernatural national regulation and guidance, and you wanted better working within government. That was a fair request, so the Department for Transport is working closer than ever with other departments in government, but playing a role in the ports and the logistics industries to ensure a truly joined-up approach. These berths are a tangible demonstration that Britain is open for business and ready for growth in the short, medium and long term. With the Maritime Growth Study has shown is waiting to be grasped. Environmentally responsible growth in both imports and exports, that is essential for the British economy to prosper. So as I said at the beginning, I am delighted today to have been invited to the opening of these enhanced facilities that will help maximise those opportunities. And I would like to wish the Port of Felixstowe the very best for its thriving future. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I invite you now please just to step outside? Dr. Coffey will cut a ribbon to formally inaugurate the terminal.
Without further ado, this is a huge day for the Port of Felixstowe, the Port of Britain. It gives me great pleasure to formally open the extension to berth 9. Long may she have many huge ships bringing goods into Britain and out of Britain.